All right, we are live.
Well, sir, we had a really cool interview last night, and I'm looking forward to getting that up on Monday.
Yeah, that was fun. I was showing my girlfriend a little part of that, and she was just like, "Yeah, I actually want to sit here and watch this whole thing. Like, it's entertaining to watch."
It made me feel like it was like a cartoon or something, or like
Yeah,
just like it was really great.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's great.
everything's so animated, and being in the space, it's like you see so much depth that isn't there on the camera. But yeah, it's just like this whole immersive experience. It's really neat.
I'll
Yeah, it's
probably
lovely.
take some screenshots of you guys in there, and I want you to send me over some shots from the prefab and everything. Uh,
Yeah,
but that'll start the newsletter because we kind of ended with uh, your developing aspect, uh, in the newsletter this week. So start back up with that, and whatever artists are going to be mentioned this week, letting everybody know.
yep. Yeah, one of the things I want to touch on real quick before we get into the stuff, um, the world that we first published. When I converted that over, I converted it to Android and it had to downscale everything. If I
Yeah,
convert that back to PC, there's no upscaling. You can't add detail to the stuff that got compressed. So there's no way for us to fully develop the first level that we built, which is okay because it wasn't overly, eccentric or anything. But when we build our next thing, it's going to be just a whole new layout, whole new design, and that'll give us a little bit more space to put some of the stuff in there because we want to have like an automated dance floor and things like that. So we'll get to explore that next.
Yeah, whenever did you look at the audio thing for to link the visuals to the audio?
Yeah, I actually got a partner that was a club builder, and we met up with him, and I got to kind of tour some of the clubs that he's made that he hasn't even published yet, and he's used it for like all the bass hits and stuff. So he has like lighting wrapping around the bar, and whenever the bass hits, it like pulses all the lights, so you kind of get this like really uh, just like tied to the music experience. So yeah, we'll be able to do that super easy. It's easy to
But
hook up.
will that vibrate the controllers?
You could probably set it up to do that, but right now it doesn't. That'd probably kill the battery pretty quick too.
Yeah, but I
but it would
mean,
make it more immersive.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, people
man,
could toggle it.
that feeling is like it makes it so much more, so much more impact. You know.
Yeah. Like when you first get in there, you think, oh, it's a video game. You're just walking around like in a PlayStation 2 game or something. But yeah, being in the space and seeing that depth that's really there. I mean, it's exactly like it was real. It doesn't have any difference other than like the level of detail.
that's
Hmm.
awesome. Yeah, I'm always advocating for the hearing impaired.
Hmm.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
a little bit ago, I was in a private party with some of the club owners on the East Coast, and there was actually a promoter that hosts parties over there, and she's trying to pull all of her people and DJs and stuff into like the underground scene to do VR shows. So she added me, and we're going to keep in touch over the next couple weeks here.
Great.
Very cool.
that'd be awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah, so we mentioned Chuck Miller's songs. So if you go to OpenSea.io/Chuck dash Miller dash for dash Texas, you'll be able to pull up his whole collection. And I think they range from what, $10 a piece, so fairly affordable. And they're actually really well done. Nice artwork, nice descriptions. I mean, the whole collection is done really well. So applause to him.
Yeah, I love the stories that are on there. You can kind of just scan through the music and find a song that kind of piques your interest, click on it, and then you can see a little story about how he wrote it or what he was going through at the time. And they're
Yeah.
just they're fun. They're kind of got like a upbeat like you're at a bar and you're on the patio and just talking to some guy, and it's like you get to explore his music as if you were like a friend sitting next to. So
Yeah.
it's a really sweet setup.
Yeah, and it's like everything from like classic rock to, you know, what? Fucking
I mean,
rock.
reggae style. He's got some.
Yeah.
He's got one song that we're gonna be playing on the interview that we did with him, which was also just like another dive into Chuck Miller world, which is really cool. I mean, great storyteller, right? It's called Cinco de Mayo, and it's got a little bit of like that, you know, Texan,
Yeah.
you know, influenced feel. It's really great. You know,
Mhm.
it's got the Spanish guitar style. I think it doesn't sound like he's just playing on a six string. Like,
No, the 10 string.
yeah, see, that's I mean, like as a musician, I picked that up just listening to it. It's really like got a special sound to it. It's beautiful. You know, it's that's one without lyrics, and you know, it doesn't need them.
Yeah, everything he's played on is on his 10 string, so that's really good. Actually, pretty cool. Sounds really, really, really well.
Yeah, we got a chance to look at his guitar collection. He's surrounded by guitars in the video. And he's got his mandolin. He's got his sitar in the back hanging up. I mean, he's all about those string instruments.
He's actually going to mint. He's trying to mint some of those videos as NFTs as well. So you know, you'll have like music video NFTs as well.
He was saying he's releasing that collection as well. Yes, they're complementary to the collection, and he's got a whole 20 songs that he's not releasing right now. So I mean, this guy's got a body of work that is just like smashing. It's impressive. I was saying I've been playing music for 20 years, and you know, I've hit about 40 songs that I've personally written and performed, and just like the breadth and depth of his body of work is incredible, and the range is also very impressive.
Mm-hmm.
We're,
Yeah.
we're,
So,
we're at full scale operation with the podcast now. I'm super excited about everything that we're doing. We're getting these AMAs up on our social media every week. We're posting a video on usually on Facebook, but we'll be getting them up on the YouTube channel as well to just kind of get that content out for everybody, just to familiarize a little bit more with the project. You know, everybody that's involved is part of the community. They're part of the OG family. You know, if you're supporting us in any way, shape, or form, we open our arms up and we're here for you.
yep. For anybody that wants to grab the podcast or the newsletter or any of the stuff that we're doing, what are the best ways to get a hold of that? Like, should they?
Malcolm Field, the newsletter, and for the podcast, you can find them on all pertinent social media. But the best place to look is on our Facebook and on our YouTube channel.
Nice.
Yeah, and the Twitter gets posted. I mean, the review through Twitter, so it gets posted there, and then we just share the link across the board. Um, we're not so active on Instagram, but Twitter and Facebook, you can definitely get it to us.
Absolutely.
We're active in our DM. We're active in the Telegram. So
You can also find some of the media on my personal Instagram. That's at Billy Muerto. At Billy Muerto. So you guys, you're welcome to come and check out everything that we're doing, and we'll keep on putting out that information for y'all to get a deeper understanding of what it is that we're really doing.
I also would like to welcome, since we're talking about the newsletter, anyone. If you want to send in content, art, or anything, send it to me, and we'll try to work it into the newsletter. We just want to put media. We want to spotlight people. We want to help the community. We've had, a couple one from the chat and one who's actually a dev submit art, and it really makes it where we're all a part of it.
On that official OG Telegram, anybody that's in our group, please, feel free to drop into our DMs and chat with us about what you've got going on and how you feel that you've contributed to the project, and we can run a little feature on you. I'd love to see headshots and all that kind of business too.
Yeah, I'm just back here stuffing my face with a bratwurst. So.
I got a bowl of chili from Chef up here, and it's 0 to 60 catering runs here just about every night, and they're great. They're fantastic people. Everybody in the OG family is incredible. That's the extended family here. People that are regulars up at this establishment, the Spring Branch Tavern at 1810 Ojimon.
Nice.
if you're in the Houston area, come check it out. We're here every Friday. We're hosting these AMAs, and to boot, we are going to be doing a monthly AMA live on the stage. We did one on January 21st. It went very well. We were very pleased and excited, and it went so well that we were invited to come back, and that'll be on February the 24th. Yes, Friday, February 25th. I stand corrected.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some like video footage of some people in their first time in VR, because
Yeah.
you're saying like that's such an awesome experience to see their faces light up and
Oh,
these people
it's
that are
delightful.
like
Yeah,
stern businessmen, and all of a sudden they're like little kids again, like this is amazing. And
in our newsletter, it was issue number 2 of the newsletter. We got some nice shots of people in the VR space. They standing over there in the game area in the bar there, and it was really nice. It was really cool. It's like you were saying. I brought it up. That there's this sense of like childlike wonder, like delight, that comes over people where they're like, wow, like I don't feel like I'm in this other world where I was just me. Now I feel like I'm this like completely other person, getting to see the experience is really, really cool.
Heck yeah. What is
So,
the
what was the world that we uploaded?
world that we uploaded recently?
Mm-hmm.
So we ran into a Discord community. A lot of the Discord community in there, it's like active members of the furry community, and they have a pretty huge following on VR chat, just because it's a space where they can be the physical characters that they imagine themselves being. So yeah, getting to explore that, I was like, they don't have a real big space. They don't have a lot of areas to hang out. A lot of them end up in this one server that's like just barely made, and stuff's kind of like falling apart. And there's a lot of people that come in there to harass them. So they kind of enter into the space and they freeze up everyone's computers if they can, or they'll like, just attack people or just yell at people. So I was like, well, that'd be nice to have our own world that we can sort of mitigate that stuff and set up a ban list for people. So we can just
Yeah.
have an open community. And then once that got set up, we built like a full house with like a little outdoor scene. Then we got to set up our portal for our club. So anybody who wants to like, experience like a Friday night and go party in the OG verse, they can just walk right into the portal and they're immediately teleported to our little club scene that I built.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. OG's all about inclusivity. We're all about letting people express themselves freely and creatively in any template that they choose, so long as we're not being directly and intentionally offensive. We ought to have an available space for anybody that is expressing themselves in alternative ways. We're all about independent creators, and
Yeah.
that goes with you creating your own image of yourself as well.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to, the whole theory of, just being able to actually be who you want to be whenever you want to actually put on a concert or, do whatever you want.
Absolutely.
We have a newsletter. Oh, the podcast.
Yeah. So, man, I'm just super honored to be able to be hosting this podcast. It's a really cool experience. Getting to know the team on a personal level is like it's my pleasure. It's been a really cool experience for me, and trying to keep it interesting. I like to I like to engage in some of the old time radio feel, and we put a couple of feature tracks on each one around the artists that we're featuring that week, and just give people a little bit of a sample of what we're going to make available, in a broader sense as we roll things out.
Feels like it's all happening so fast.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Did we do the podcast with me this week? Or
Yes.
The African boy?
Yeah, we did.
No, that was last week.
So we drop every Monday. So
Yeah.
podcast 1 was this past Monday, and we had a nice up close in depth interview here with Mama, and right before that we ran a feature with African Boy, our first minted artist on the platform, straight out of Ghana, which that was a really nice, wholesome experience for me, you know, and it panned out to a really great thing. He and I are going to be collaborating on a track that we'll also be featuring at a certain point, as soon as you know, he and I are both ready for that. And you know, really like just cool. Here it is already in the very early steps, you know, creating collaboration efforts, creating cross draw between crowds. That's the, you know, that's the entire message of OG. We're all about bringing these communities together that, you know, may have been standalone, but now I've got myself sitting here in Houston, Texas, and 7 hours away time wise, we've got African Boy, you know, hopping in, and he was very excited about the track that we're working on. He actually was telling me that he's doing the dubs for his track as we speak.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, yes. And shout out to all of our team members. I wanted to say African Boy reminded me of this. We've had he had a loss in his family, so condolences to him and to our very close friend and our colleague Kenneth Broussard. That's K Dog in the chat. Love to you, brother. Sorry to hear about your loss, and you know, just everybody get back on your feet as you need. We're here to support, and we're all about, you know, making sure that everybody's okay. I know what I know because I go and check in on everybody and make sure everybody's doing good. You know.
Yeah. Speaking of which, how's Sean doing? Any
He's
update?
back up and running. Back up and running.
He said he would hop in here.
Yeah,
In just a minute.
he's you know, he's attending to you know, different folks on the inside of the establishment. But actually, look, as we speak, here we are.
Nice, nice.
The one and only Moon Shoes right here.
Doing good. Good to see you up and moving around again.
Yes, COVID, man, got me.
Yeah, it'll do that. It'll do that. It's such a thing that we all have to, you know, be on our toes and very careful. Here in Texas, we're up and running, and you know, to all of our people around the world that are still experiencing lockdown and all those sorts of things going on. You know, this is the perfect time to get ready to hop into the OG verse because there's no COVID in the virtual reality, right?
Just time to start creating.
That's right.
Yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely.
idle time. You can
Yeah, it's
come up
definitely
with a lot.
it's a good time to get moving. I got a lot of the source material that I've been working on from the early months of the COVID lockdowns. I created a lot of content, and you know, got my feet wet on basically the same format that we're using for the NFTs. You know, I didn't know that I was already making NFTs at that point. It just that they were it was pretty fresh on the scene. You know, the concept of NFTs, and I saw somebody posting you know, that they had mentioned an NFT collection, and I thought, what is that? And looked into it, non-fungible tokens, and representing their art there through. You know, it's pretty cool thing.
Shit, CryptoKitties got me into NFTs. I bought my first CryptoKitties, and then from there I came up with like 20 different NFT ideas.
Yes,
I was just like, one of these has to be important.
we've got a lot of responses now on social media about what we're doing. As a matter of fact, I just had a post that a friend made that was not familiar with our network, and he said, "Guys, I need somebody to help me make these NFTs." And I popped in there and I said, "Hey, man, you know I'm here for you. You know, I'm down to give you a bridge over to what we're doing."
But did
And
he
he did, but he was actually there a little bit late, and he hopped into the VR and got to, you know,
yeah,
but
he thought it was about the VR probably.
so when he you know, we have such a broad and expansive project going on that if you focus in on one spot, you might miss another. That's why we're doing all these features where you know, we're elucidating what it is that we're doing. But yes, so anyway, we had this gentleman saying that, and from that I got about 5 friend requests from various different musicians that are like, "What are you guys doing?" So, you know, I gave him the sign up link, and We should be getting some new artists applying to be featured. I've got several people in the works. We know that Rachel Winters has just signed up with us. I'm going to be guiding her through the process of creating her content and all of that. Also, helping her dive into the world of crypto at large. Um, and that again, that's what we do. If you have any questions that are not necessarily uh, relevant directly to our project, but are in the same sphere of influence, the same arena of ideas, we're here to support you in that as well.
I mean, like even in Chuck Miller's case, like, oh, he just wanted to learn how to make NFTs. You know what I mean? So what we did is we put him under our name, and then I sat there with him and basically taught him everything that he needed to know and just let him go. And he made a collection that is pretty damn impressive.
We're running wild out there in the NFT scape.
So I was thinking that when it's Billy's turn to get interviewed as an artist, I would go ahead and host that interview. Since I've been doing the Twitter Spaces, we did one Twitter Spaces, which is recorded. You can find it on Twitter. And it was Chinese New Year, or so Lunar New Year. And kind of went through talking about how, animal spirit theory relates to where we're at now and how things are going in the market, as well as just a little overview, my intuitive overview of the Year of the Tiger, as well as some this cards that I had pulled the week prior.
Hey, that was dope. I like that. That was fun as shit.
Yeah, that was a blast.
Yeah.
I got to be on there with Mal doing that, and that is an art form, and again, we love all art. We love all independent and outsider, avant-garde, anything along those lines. And if you make good pop and you're an independent artist, same thing. But these tarot readings, they tie into a larger spectrum. We actually got a chance to talk about animal spirit theory, like Mal was saying, and that's not the woo-woo stuff. That's the real stuff. That's John Maynard Keynes. That's his 1936 book that elucidated a lot of what people in the financial circles are still using today. When we talk about bear markets and bull markets, we're not talking about just some random assignment. Those are actually like well-developed theories that are related to the emotional temperament of the market. And as we are in a bear market now, and we're in the year of the tiger at this point, there's a lot of parallels running in the symbolism. So it's a really cool little rundown of how you can get your get your kicks on the fun stuff that's related to those actually deeper meanings in the financial circles.
Yeah, and I won't do I kind of wanted to show our audience who I am as an artist, as a person. So I won't do like a reading every spaces. I'm gonna move on to, on topic, uh just switch out different topics. The first one I wanted to talk about women in NFTs. I obviously kind of just barely brushed on the recording of that, but I'd like to revisit that since we are about 10% of the population of women in NFTs and in crypto. We kind of want to put ourselves out there and help women who are sitting on the fence, especially when it comes to stuff about finances, especially if they're a parent.
Absolutely.
You want to protect every asset. So for the women that are sitting on the fence about it, we want to bring them into the fold, and we want to show them that this is a safe place, especially because it's not just a boys club. It's not, it's for everyone in
Absolutely.
any creed, in any way. So I'll probably revisit that too. But I since it was Lunar New Year, I wanted to go into more of the Year of the Tiger and the esoteric aspect, and show you guys who I am just a little bit more.
And you're talking demographics, that really is that's a big thing, and we can see it reflected in the community that we have compiled. It's about 10 men for every one woman, and we'd like to see a change in that. We'd like to invite women that are artists and women that are engaging in any form of artistic expression to come jump on and get involved. It's a great opportunity, and it's not a man's world anymore. This is our world. It's we're all in this together. That's right. And let us not forget the animals.
Save the whales.
I really mean it, and I know that you do too when you say that. Sincerely, I was a veterinary technician for 5 years, and
Me for 8.
that's right, that's
But
right.
only cats.
And I worked in general practice for 3 years, and in alternative medicine for 2 years, and I've got a deep passion for that as well, and animal communication, dog training, all those kinds of things. Those are deeply important things to me. And again, that's an art. When you get into the to like the alternative medicine arena, it's one of those things where a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, this is too alternative for me." But that's what I've always been all about. Finding those things where we step a little bit outside of the mainstream to find what really works for us and what is simpatico.
Right. I was going to comment earlier when you were saying about our music and stuff and learning about NFTs early on, that we were kind of on the cutting edge with performing. We would perform live, but we would perform with pre-recorded tracks, like on a 8-track or
Mhm.
yeah,
Yep.
on an 8-track. So like that was kind of like cutting edge there too. So
Old tape deck lo-fi style.
that evolved. We saw that evolve, and then same thing when we opened our witchy business. We saw the markets evolve. We saw because we did a different market, than what was going on every weekend and how they were formatting it. We did like a more showcasing, and then that evolved. There are other people who are now have taken that and grown from it. And
Definitely.
we've seen that in the Houston scene, and we've been a part of that.
It's a beautiful thing to
Actively.
see your impression that you've made in the local scene that you're on, and then taking it to a broader scale is just a better opportunity even.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing that sold me is that, I came on the AMA, I was asking like, would I be able to sell my merchandise? Because I had stepped away from tarot entirely. I have 4 kids, so I want to give as much energy to them as I can. Um, and was like, I'm done with music. I'm just completely done. I don't want to play for fun. I'm just done. But listening to the different AMAs and then finally, asking actual questions, I was like, how can I be a part of this? And what can I do to contribute? Um, and now I literally feel like I would like to play music again. I'd like to, I'd put my poetry up there. This is a way that I can put some of my writings, some of my short stories and things like that up
Absolutely.
there, and really show like who I am. I felt like it's so dampened in the market when you're trying to be an artist who, especially for writers, we know how hard it is that, you know, to get seen, to get into the clubs, so knowing that this was a way that I was just like, okay, maybe there is hope for me to still have my passions and bring my children up in their passions. Because I homeschool. So my whole thing was, well, my time is done. I need to get with my kids. They want to do their thing. Um, let me allow them to, start from the early age, a chance that I didn't have when I was a kid. So
Not sure if their video dropped or what, but I'll hop in for just a couple minutes here while we're waiting. But yeah, the space is like so young where everybody's at right now. It's like all these companies, all these artists, they're like still trying to figure everything out. They're still trying to explore, what an NFT is and what crypto is all about. And there's a lot of opportunity, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done as far as community education. Just the other night, we were in a space with about maybe 4 or 5 people that I'm going to be spending some time with over the weekend. And they had brought up the fact that they basically saw NFTs as like a scam. You know, they only saw it as like a bunch of people selling crappy artwork and just kind of, you know, dumping stuff out there to try to make money. And yeah, it's just something where you have to change how people look at that. You have to show them what it's all about and what we're actually doing with it. A lot of these other spaces, you look at that and you say, you know, what music are people selling and how much are they selling it for? And they're selling, you know, some cheap song they made, like a 15-second loop, and they're selling it for $4,000. And it's like, what, who would pay $4,000 for these loops? And when you look at the stuff that we're doing on our platform, we're setting it up so that way people can have a whole collection of NFTs, just like you would with music. And we should be able to have a space where you can purchase 5, 10 songs a week and not worry about it. And it's not going to break the bank to collect.
Absolutely. You're totally right about that, my friend. And that's something that you see a lot. There are people that are, you know, in various ways disseminating, whether intentionally or unintentionally, you know, fear, uncertainty, and doubt out there. And that's, you know, that's to be expected. And we can, you know, we can meet those people as well. With I'm perfectly happy to open up the questions for people that are tossing hardballs. You know, if you've got, you know, some concerns, we had a member of our group come in, and they were concerned about the environmental impacts, you know, that crypto at large poses. And
I pumped that Earth Fund, Archon.
absolutely, and that's the thing. You know, there are projects that are aware of these issues and you know, willing to put their time and energy and efforts and capital behind the idea of you know, mitigating those concerns.
Yeah, I mean, we addressed that question head on in our last AMA. So if you want to hear more about that, if you have concerns about, you know, its environmental impact, you can check that AMA out, and we went pretty in depth with that question.
Yeah,
'Cause
I would
most
love
of the
to.
people-
What's up? Sorry, I ran over you there. I was going to say I'd love to get into a like a sit-down debate type of format with somebody that has a whole bunch of points that they want to jam down our throat, you know, because people come in here and they want to like argue about just like so many points where like it's never been used in the mainstream even. Like when you look at inclusivity, like everything that we do is so far past the mainstream already. It's like the mainstream has a format of how you have to sound, a format of how you have to act. It has like people you have to be exactly like. And if you don't fit that bill, you're just not popular. You can't make it. So, I mean, every single thing that I've seen out there, like, yeah, we blow it out of the water. You know, as far as saving money on like transferring, like our token doesn't take any money to store. You know, we don't have to pay people to drive it around to different banks or anything like that. It's just
Right.
everything is so far beyond, you know, it's the next step of technology.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I mean,
And you know, when go ahead.
I was gonna say with, you know, minting on Polygon and utilizing Polygon or any other kind of you know, like layer 2 solution like that, you know, it only runs as much energy as the internet does. You know what I mean? So we're not using proof of work to actually create those NFTs. So it does actually save on electric cost for miners and everything. So it does mitigate some of those costs.
Absolutely. That's a great point.
But, you know, I mean, our tokening on Ethereum, it's still going over to layer 2 after the merger. So, you know, eventually everything's going over to proof of stake, which only utilizes enough energy to basically have the internet up, you know. But like Bitcoin mining right now uses 0.08% of global usage, which, you know, is probably more than like it should because, you know, it's not as efficient as it could be. Hence why people are going over to proof of stake or, you know, in a kind of abandoning proof of work. It's more secure, it's quicker, faster, cheaper, better for the environment.
Yep. And you know, there's a great chance that by the time you know, our children's children are preparing to enter into the real world, that those 21 million bitcoins will already have been you know, mined out, and that utility might change. You know, I'm sure that there are a lot of people out there, beyond us and those in our information circle, what we're aware of, that are out there, preparing for these eventualities.
Yeah, and I mean the last Bitcoin should be mined in 2140.
Yep. So it's that's a hop, skip, and a jump away, maybe through the wonders of modern medicine. We may be around to see it.
We'll see it through our children's eyes, that's for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. For
I have
those
to
of us
my,
that,
my children to
are part of
relock
the-
in, liquidity on Unicrypt. In my will.
that's awesome. That's awesome. That's again,
Digital contracts, a wave of the future.
that speaks to our intent behind the whole thing that we're doing here. We personally, Mallory and I, we have 4 children, and we want to leave some utility to them. And right now I've been pumping this idea. This metaverse thing is not new. It's These ideas have been around for a while. If you've ever been a member of an online community back in the 90s, Lucky, we were talking about this, how there were various servers out there where they had in-world experiences, and it was building upon that concept that my children, and also I know Momo's son, they're they're into Minecraft and all of
Roblox.
that, and Roblox. Exactly. My son just got into Roblox. My oldest daughter has been very interested in it, and her cousin, my nephew, and her and her other cousin, my other nephew from my brother. They all play the game together, and you get to spend time together even when they're not around. So it's very nice.
I mean, I remember when I was like younger in high school, I guess, and playing Maple Story, and it was kind of like that too. Like you have your deck, you pull out and, you know, do different things there. So
Minecraft and Roblox are interesting parallels because you can craft your own spaces. You create your own little utilities in there, and very cool. Very cool. That's
And my,
very much
my
like
favorite thing is the whole redstone thing, just creating circuits and basically creating circuit boards inside of Minecraft and then sending
yeah,
electrical signals through them and making things happen. Like that was my favorite.
that's really awesome. Yeah, you were telling me about that. I'm interested to know a little bit more about that. My son plays the game, on his Nintendo Switch, but we want to get a PC, and have it.
Dude, it's incredible. Like, so there's been people who build whole computers inside of Minecraft, or like a whole what is it? Like an actual TV, or like they built Pong. Like, I mean, it's literally a circuit board. So you send out a signal somewhere, and then you can have something that if it observes a signal, it'll redirect a signal somewhere. And then if it doesn't observe a signal, then it doesn't. And then you can have something that shoots out items that can actually create signals. I mean, and then if something detects that an item is near. So, I mean, you can literally create a whole fucking circuit board inside of Minecraft, which is what really intrigued me.
Yeah, it all scales from like digital electronics. I took that back in high school, and you take all the Boolean math and the stuff that you learned back then, and you can test it, and it's all, like you said, it's a realistic circuit board.
Yeah. Like, I mean, even in Magic the Gathering, I built like I copied somebody's thing, but I played with it, and it's a Turing complete deck. Like you can put an input in and it'll give you an output. So if you have 2 token creatures separated by a real creature, whenever you go through the whole turn at the end, you'll have 4 creatures and 1 token creature. So it's saying that, 2 plus 2 equals 4, which is fucking insane. I mean, the amount of like complexity that something has to be Turing complete is insane.
Absolutely. Hey, I just noticed that Kenny hopped in. How you doing today, sir?
We got a couple new faces hopping in. Welcome everybody. Oh, we got some invites. I see.
I'm doing well tonight. How are you guys doing?
Man, best that we could possibly be, out here living the dream.
Awesome. Is Sean around?
He
He,
is,
he is
he's
talking
in and
to
out. He's the face around the
he's
campfire out
talking
here. So,
he's talking to your friend right now, Kenny.
Excellent. That's my cousin. That's my cousin.
Kenny,
Your cousin.
you had a loss in your circle, and I wanted to offer you some condolences, man. Bless you. I'm sorry to hear about your loss, man.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry I haven't been around this week, guys. I've been taking a sabbatical from some things,
Oh,
but
we're
I
here for you,
appreciate
man.
that. Thank you very much.
If you
Appreciate that, guys.
if you want to hop on a call with me anytime, just ring me up, man. I'll always try to make myself available for you, man.
Yeah, I just might do that later tonight.
Sounds good. Sounds good. We'll be out and about. We're we'll probably be closing it down here.
Cool.
Hello,
Did you
Kenny.
guys do Did you? Hey, is that Sean?
Hey, I
Yeah.
just saw Chris.
Hey,
We're good.
already. Everybody's healthy and happy now.
Yeah, I
Yes.
got over the COVID.
Yeah, that's good, man. I'm glad.
Glad to see you off your back, buddy.
Feels nice, man.
Hey, I still think you should be wearing a mask in chat.
I was gonna say, stay 6 feet away from your camera.
So you guys did the AMA on stage tonight?
No, I
So,
think
so,
We do once a month.
It'll be February 25th.
so yeah, we'll be doing
Okay.
our live AMA Friday, February 25th. The festivities begin at 7. We hop on stage at 9, as usual. We'll have our VR setups as last time, and just let people hop in the Oculus and see what it's like, and maybe if it's all right with our participants, catch a little video of them so that we can give you a little bit of a display.
Alas.
Very cool. Did you guys get to check out the Oculus, the VR chat room in the Oculus yet?
We're working on actually getting into Club OG. I think that Gunpoint can give a little bit more information about that. But last night, Gunpoint and I had a little bit. I haven't spent as much time with the Oculus strapped onto my head because I'm busy doing things here in the real world, right, with my children and all that sort of stuff. But we had a nice festive time there in the VR chat, and we actually recorded his interview for the podcast there. So we'll be able to have a third person footage of what we were talking about, sitting at the bar in the what was that place called, the Great Pug West Pub.
Yeah, the Pug Pub.
Yeah,
I found
yeah.
out more about that too, the actual history on it.
I was really interested to learn more about that. You were saying that it seemed like it'd been there since the early days.
Yeah, it's been there before the early days, actually. That was from the old chat room, IMVU, like back when Yahoo chat was like a thing where people would go and hang out.
Oh wow.
So they actually had that in IMVU where they used to have a one-on-one cafe, and you could just load in and sit down with somebody and have a conversation with a random person. And my girlfriend was telling me about that, and basically they took that and like modeled that up into like an actual full room where you can sit down and have a one-on-one with somebody at a bar, and
Man.
that became the Pug Pub.
Yeah, because that was mentioned.
So we were part of history. We were there in the historic Pug Pub.
Yeah, that must be like maybe 10 to 15 years old, the original build of that.
It was a blast sitting in there with you, having virtual beer and virtual macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, that was exciting. We had some bartenders and all kinds of weirdos popping in.
We opened up publicly at first, and for me, I was just like, I was already a bit overwhelmed with the experience. I got a little bit of the VR sickness. So guys, when you strap on your headset, remember you want to do it in maybe 20 to 30-minute intervals at first, just to get fully immersed and figure out how you feel about the thing, and not associate your body with that motion sickness that you can get.
Yeah, if
And
you
then,
you ever start feeling hot, like if your neck starts getting hot, you need to get out immediately. Like that was what happened with me whenever I felt VR sick. Is
Yep.
I started like getting a little weird. Like it just felt like I was stoned a little bit, and then like I took the Oculus off and my neck was hot, and I was like, oh my God, like almost like I was running a fever. I sat down and then the nausea came and I started like getting really nauseous, and I stayed nauseous for like 6 hours. Like, so it's not something that's fun, like by any means.
I hopped out in time to where that wave passed over me in about 15 minutes. I went outside and let the cold hit me. Had a nice drink of water.
And some food. He's hypoglycemic. So
Yeah, so I
he
felt
needed food.
I felt similar symptoms that you're talking about. My ears got hot. and that let me know that there was something going on for me. So I took the thing off, and it's funny when I did that in the actual chat that we were in, I kind of looked like this, for a little while, and we've got some cool bloopers from that
Oh, yeah,
experience.
yeah.
But
I actually got to go into Club OG for my computer at work. So I just walked around and showed people a little bit.
PC is up.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you were able to get in on the computer.
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
just certain things that firewall.
if you set up a like a link cable, you can actually go in through Steam or through the Oculus platform. And when you load up inside the Oculus headset, it'll say like, "Do you want to connect to your computer?" And if you set up a link like that, you can go into it through PC and walk around with the headset on.
It's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, can you just set it up in developer mode to do that, or can you just do it through the Oculus straight up?
Technically, you can do it through the Oculus. You can also run it through AirLink from the Oculus. There's like 4 different ways to do it, and there's no information about it anywhere. So
So
it's
when
kind
it
of
comes
a
to doing it from Oculus at this point, before we actually have it, ready in that template, do we just like hop in our browser in the Oculus and search it up?
you have to be in VR chat, and then you search in VR chat, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then hopefully down the road we can
And
make a
if
standalone setup, and that'll be where the OG verse central will be, and we'll have all the different worlds, sort of like how VR chat is set up.
Awesome.
if there's not a lot of information on how to do that, doing a little video on how to hook that up and throwing it up on our OG thing might be good for YouTube hits.
Well, since you're bringing that up, you wanna throw that together with me, Kenny? We could hop on Telegram and do a little chat and record it on the podcast chat.
Yeah, I'm super down. I'm super down to do anything educational that has to do with hooking up Oculus to a computer for YouTube that doesn't exist already. Will
Yeah, my
just
brother.
be a
That could
good
be
drive to the channel.
a little feature that we do. It doesn't have to even be on the actual podcast proper. We can do an independent little feature there.
Yeah, I'm super down to do that with you.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to that. That's one more check off the list that we just dropped on the list.
Oh, also, Momo, real quick about the t-shirts. The one thing I'm short on that came up because I didn't think of it sooner was that like the taxes for the income on the shirts. I didn't want to set up my bank account, so I was wondering if you and Sean could open a bank account with the EIN so that we could link that account to the T-shirt thing, so that all the money goes into that instead of my personal bank account.
We could probably meet up after the AMA and just set that up.
Yeah, that's something we
Oh, is that what's
we
going
could
on
we
right
could talk
now?
about.
My bad.
Yeah,
No, we're good.
no problem, man. Yeah, definitely. That's just a little bit of insider information about what's going on. We're getting things linked up and making sure that everything is all copacetic for everyone.
So sorry, I thought we were just doing dev chat. My bad.
No, you're good, man.
Hey, fantastic, guys! Really, welcome to the world of OG. We're a group of people that are we're on a peer-to-peer basis. We're all friends. We've all known each other personally, and the people that we've brought on. You guys are part of the family too. So absolutely, those places an open forum to have a conversation about what's going on.
Hell yeah. Yeah, behind the curtain, this is all like real stuff. So I think it's good that people see a little bit of that and know that, like, yeah, we're figuring everything out and just staying on top of stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Momo brought his laptop today, so I'll be doing more edits on the white paper. I already started earlier. So it's looking good.
Yeah,
I got it. I'm
everything's
doing some templating down on it, making it look pretty, and we've gotten through several paragraphs, so we're making pretty good headway.
Mallory has a career history of working with an independent author who put out a lot of material over the years that Mallory worked with her, and she was her personal editor, and anything that I publish or create, I run it by her first, to make sure that I've got a second set of eyes with that particular skill set.
Heck yeah, we just hit 10 o'clock. Any other stuff anybody wants to bring up or stuff we're looking forward to? I think we covered quite a
Anybody
bit.
anybody in chat interested in asking any questions or anything like that?
Yep, fully open. You can drop in the main chat or hop on the mic.
I see you're here, Medlin. How are you doing, sir? No need to answer on camera or on audio if you want, but hello, good to see you.
And I don't
Okay.
want to butcher it, but Archean, yeah.
Yeah, so Archie, thank you for coming
And hosting us on Boots Lounge.
Oh yeah, absolutely. What a blessed
Hello,
opportunity
everyone.
for you. Oh hey,
Hello,
Medlin.
everyone. Yeah, hello, good evening. Happy to be here. Glad to be here.
Thank you. Glad you're here.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm here. I'm just on the background listening to everyone.
Absolutely.
Awesome, man.
Welcome.
Nice.
welcome.
Any
I
concerns?
saw Archie was trying to hop in and say hello as well.
Oh,
Well, guys,
Yeah. So, hi,
it
Bill.
looks like everybody's trying to talk at the same time. It happens though,
Yeah, absolutely. So I just want, like, not a question, just want to give you an update about here in India. So the government here, like, they have like a kind of virtually legalized crypto, and from April 1st, our financial year starts from April 1st. So any income from crypto will attract 30% of taxes from
Oh
that
wow.
income. So
Wow,
it's
so you'll
like
have 50% capital gains. That means y'all would be the most taxed nation on capital gains.
Wow.
yeah. But I think that is a good opportunity, because earlier there was always a dilemma in the minds of people that the crypto may get banned and like that. But now it's government are themselves like taxing, so it's obviously it's kind of now legal now here in India.
Yeah,
So great
it's like
opportunity.
legitimizing it. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
great.
wait,
Yeah, so that
it's a,
incentivizes and legitimizes the opportunity.
is that
Absolutely.
is that with NFTs as well, or just crypto tokens?
Both NFTs and crypto, both, for both.
Um,
I saw an article recently that was talking about, I can't remember the publication, but it was talking about how in China, obviously they've placed the ban on crypto, but they are in fact, engaging in creation of NFTs in China as well, and that's a legal channel for that arena of ideas. So internationally, uh, these kinds of developments it's fascinating. It's amazing to me to see how the world markets interact with these peer-to-peer communities like that. So, very neat to hear that, Arshan.
Yeah. And like with the oj, I really see a lot of opportunity here in India, because a lot of people are into the music as well. So like I'll be trying to like hooking up, like, or like talking with the Indian influencers here, and obviously I'll be recommending them oj.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank
Nice.
you for that.
Yeah, we'd love to hear some of the artists out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love,
that's
love their
wonderful.
music.
I was talking earlier. I don't know if you were in about how I had on our podcast our first minted artist from Ghana, and I'll be
Yeah.
collaborating with him. I would love to hear from any musician out there that wants to work on some music.
yeah, I mean any genre or anything like that. Like actually, I love Indian music.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah. We're big embracers of international
Culture.
cultures, and we
Yeah, true.
and Mallory and I personally have a soft spot for all things Indian as well.
That would be kind of interesting to see how the like the Bollywood scene, if they start adapting to like the low production cost in VR, and just
Yeah,
like having live shows and stuff. You can have, thousands of people that want to show up for it and see it. They can experience it whenever they want to, and there's no cap or limitation based on locations.
that's beautiful.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I think on that note, if everybody else is good, I'm probably going to close it down here. I got to hop into some other stuff too, so I got a really busy night ahead of me.
No
Nice.
sweat, but we know you're always busy.
I got to stay busy, yeah, like a
Yeah,
shark.
definitely. Hey, same here, man. I'll be working on the podcast edits as soon as we hop off, and hopefully we'll be getting plenty of content out there for you guys to enjoy in the meantime while we're working on these projects. Keep you up to date on everything that we're doing.
Yeah, this next podcast is going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to watching that again.
Yes, Monday, sometime between 7 and 9 Central Standard Time. So that would be roughly 3 to 5 a.m. Universal time.
And just for any of the long-term fans that have bothered listening through the entire AMA here, what we're looking at doing, I think next, one of the ideas I wanted to explore was doing a like a studio OG where we can have our own little podcast area inside one of the nightclubs that we're building. So just a heads up, that's one of the developments you'll be seeing coming up.
Can't wait for that. Can't wait for that. Yeah, I would love to do more features in the VR chat. That was so fun. And
Yeah, it's a lot of
it gives you kind of like an old timey radio feel in a way, with like a new age kind of spin, but the way the audio comes through is different than when you're watching a live interview of people. It gives it kind of like a fun vibe.
yeah, it was refreshing. I like the format.
Yeah. Yeah, and by the way, your voice is as smooth as silk, so that comes through very well. And I've been told that I have a voice and a face for radio. So
Nice, nice. Yeah, I've had the same, so it's a perfect match.
yes, yes indeed, yes indeed. Well, love to you, OG family. We got love for you, and we're always here for you. And in the event that you're not able to ever get in contact with any of the other team members, I'm on call.
Yeah, and just let me know if y'all have any questions. Hit me up in chat. Hit me up anytime. Me or Sean should be around. Billy will be around. Gunpoint will be around. Kenny, anybody.
Indeed,
Yep. Yeah, just tag any of us or all of us, and we'll get to it.
absolutely.
All right, we'll close up here.